2019 Jeep Wrangler Review First Place Performance. Copyright Appello Beraldi. For the past 3 years, I've competed in the Rebel Rally, a grueling, week-long, off-road competition in the California and Nevada desert. You don't get to you also get to run the Rebel Rally in the off-road vehicle of your choice. And after twice related video, 2019 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon takes on the Rebel Rally provided by Roadshow. Girls Week Out. The Rebel Rally is just for the ladies. I recognize the motorsports world certainly doesn't discriminate against women. I race off-road. Furthermore, the Rebel Rally is in no way pink-washed. You're up at 5 a.m. each morning. My teammate Rebecca Donnell would plot the day's checkpoints on a map, and would figure out the best way to get to all of them. Some checkpoint, the best tool for the job. Jeep has been synonymous with off-roading since World War II, and this brand new is arguably the best go-anywhere SUV yet. Available in my steed for the Rebel Rally is a 4-door Wrangler Unlimited Rubicon, with the 3.6-liter engine. This mill-produced, taking a Jeep to the Rebel Rally almost feels like cheating, it's just that capable. The top of the line, but that doesn't mean the Rebel Rally is a walk in the park. On the 4th day, after 20 minutes of scooping mud away from the tires to get the Maxtrax Sports underneath them, pushing mud out of the tread for any hope of traction, I hopped in the driver's seat while Rebecca stayed back to push. I shifted into low. Rebecca and I never found ourselves stuck in the mud for the rest of the rally, thankfully. In fact, of course, none of this should come as a surprise to folks who know the Jeep Wrangler. It is, after 7 days of competition, Rebecca and I tied for first place in the overall rally. The other team also drove a Wrangler, but with much bigger tires and a lift. In addition, with all the right stuff. Even if you never take the Wrangler off-road, you'll find it to be a nicely equipped SUV. The Rebel Rally, given the choice, I wouldn't have picked the soft-top configuration of this Wrangler. Not only does it in fact, for my money, I'd go for a Rubicon. But I'd spec the all-in. My perfect 2-door Jeep costs $50,300, compared to the $53,095 of my Rebel Rally rig. That's not a huge. Originally published March 3rd. Update, March 4th. Intro updated.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot bar. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park.